The story begins with a family gathered around the dinner table. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. But outside, a hitman named Rocco attacks. He slaughters the entire family in the house and cuts off Giovanni's finger. The finger is sent to a prison where Don Luces, a powerful mafia boss, is serving a life sentence. Don Luces is behind the attack. He's hunting the Manzoni family, believing Giovanni betrayed him and caused his imprisonment. Though locked behind bars, Don Luces still controls his criminal empire.
Not him.
This is the story of the family. There's Giovanni Manzoni, the father, Maggie, the mother, Belle, the daughter, and Warren, the son. They're a mafia family relocated to France under the FBI's Witness Protection Program. The family must adapt to new identities because Giovanni cooperated with the FBI to expose mafia crimes, making him a target for Don Luces. Rocco is tasked with hunting down and wiping out the Manzoni family. The Manzonis have just arrived in a small French town with new identities. Belle and Warren must adjust to new friends at school, while their home is under 24-hour FBI surveillance to keep them safe.
Love you.
Love you too.
While Belle and Warren head to school and Maggie goes grocery shopping, Giovanni, with no daily routine, finds an old typewriter in the backyard shed. He decides to write his memoir as a new hobby, hoping to ease his constant anxiety. At the supermarket, Maggie faces rude treatment. The cashier and some customers mock her in the local language, assuming she's an ordinary housewife. But Maggie is no ordinary woman. As the wife of a former mafia boss, she doesn't stay quiet. Furious, she unleashes her anger in an unconventional way, making them regret crossing her.
Keep the change.
At their new school, Belle and Warren hide their true identities. On their first day, Warren is targeted by a group of bullies. With a bold attitude, he says, "If you want to beat me up, just do it. Don't waste my time." His face gets bruised, but he knows how to protect himself from a mob. Belle, his older sister, isn't surprised. Both are used to tough first days at new schools. Warren even quickly studies his classmates' personalities, planning his next move.
Who's in love with the girl with the pink ribbon in her hair? Girl's over by the window.
Meanwhile, Belle becomes the target of some troublemaking teens who want to get to know her. They lure her to a lake under the pretense of hanging out, but one of them boldly touches her and undoes her clothing. This is a grave mistake. Belle, the daughter of a mafia boss, doesn't hold back. She beats them up and takes one of their cars as compensation for their actions. Back at home, the Manzonis are visited by Robert Stansfield, the FBI agent overseeing their protection program. He checks that everything is fine and asks about a local fishmonger who mysteriously disappeared. Unbeknownst to Robert, Giovanni killed the man for selling Maggie spoiled fish. Giovanni beat him to death and buried the body in their backyard, unnoticed. This shows that Giovanni and his family aren't people to mess with, even over something as trivial as bad fish.
Try to Maggie for me.
Yeah, you bet.
Giovanni is haunted by nightmares of Don Luces's pursuit. To cope, he writes his memoir, claiming to be a good man with 10 reasons to prove it, though most are unconvincing. Only his honesty, commitment, and loyalty stand out.
Number 10. Number 9. Number 8. Number 2.
Hey, Giovanni.
One day, a plumber arrives 2 hours late and acts obnoxiously, demanding payment up front. Giovanni, with patience as thin as tissue, beats him with a baseball bat. The plumber ends up in the hospital with 12 broken bones. Giovanni claims he fell off a ladder, but the doctor is skeptical.
What? I don't understand.
Maggie often visits an empty house across the street, which is actually an FBI surveillance post. She's close with the 2 agents stationed there, often bringing them food as a thank you for their protection.
If anybody would have told me I'd be living in the land of cream.
Thanks for everything.
Meanwhile, Warren plots revenge against the school bullies, then hires some tough students with money from stolen school pharmacy drugs. When the time comes, Warren executes his plan with precision.
Not to give you this.
Belle, going through puberty, falls for a young substitute teacher named Henri. She asks for extra math lessons to get closer to him, eventually locking herself in a classroom with him to confess her feelings. One day, Maggie hosts a neighborhood barbecue to blend in and avoid suspicion about their true identities. Giovanni, who hates socializing, gets annoyed when neighbors critique his barbecue skills. Luckily, his frustration stays in his imagination. Robert attends the party to keep a close watch.
Full crowd. Congratulations, Fred. It's a huge success.
After a month in their new town, the Manzonis are fed up with murky tap water, a problem affecting the whole neighborhood. Giovanni visits the mayor's office but gets no real response. At the water utility office, he learns the murky water is caused by a chemical fertilizer company dumping waste. When the company's owner dismisses his complaints,
Buy a bottle of water then.
Giovanni plants a timed bomb to destroy the facility, setting it to explode when he's safely home to avoid suspicion. At school, Warren writes a phrase for a school project, inspired by a mafia joke he heard from Don Lucchese. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me.
If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me.
For me.
The sound we love day inside and out.
I have a package for you, boss.
By chance, this phrase ends up on a liquor bottle wrapper sent to Don Lucchese in prison. Recognizing it as a mafia code, he orders Rocco to head to France immediately.
Where is he exactly?
Meanwhile, Giovanni is invited to a neighborhood film screening and discussion, mistaken for a writer. Robert initially objects, fearing it could expose their identities, but Giovanni convinces him to attend and observe. That same night, Warren, in trouble at school, runs away from home to start a new life. Belle, heartbroken because Henri is leaving to study abroad, stands on a building ledge near the police station, hoping he'll take her with him. At the station, Warren spots Rocco and his hitmen arriving. Realizing his family is in danger, he tries calling home, but no one answers.
Hello? Hello?
Rocco's team moves swiftly, attacking the police and fire stations to prevent interference. Belle, seeing them from the building, rushes home to warn her family. At the film event, Giovanni, asked to speak about crime based on the mafia movie they watched, enthusiastically shares his real experiences. Robert, realizing he's gone too far, orders his agents to prepare to relocate the family.
Gotcha.
At midnight, Giovanni's bomb destroys the fertilizer company. Suspecting Giovanni's involvement, Robert rushes him home and tells him to stay put. Maggie, at the FBI safe house, spots men in black cloaks flooding the streets. She warns the agents, but it's too late. Rocco's team attacks. Fortunately, Giovanni, alone at home, survives the initial blast. The two FBI agents prepare to fight. But Maggie nearly becomes a target. Giovanni arrives just in time to save her. Bell and Warren also show up, displaying their combat skills. They take down nearly all of Rocco's men, leaving only Rocco alive. In a chase on the highway, Bell becomes Rocco's target after Warren sustains a minor injury. But the Manzoni family prevails. After the chaos, they must relocate again with new identities. Though they survived this attack, the tension isn't over. As long as Don Lucchese is alive, the Manzonis will always be hunted.